Okay, people, okay. So, I am going to find a reader of some sort so it can read those transcripts and get them on the record, honey. Uh-uh. That's a lot for one person, right? It's a lot for one person to do, so. And I am trying to get this week's transcript. So, please be patient. But anyway, in the meantime and in between time, what I can do is, because there is so many questions with regards to the R. Kelly case and the Diddy case and comparisons thereof, I think it's worth doing a side by side. Because again, some people believe that somehow they have more experience, more knowledge, more whatever than the attorneys that are both working on Diddy's case and the ones that have worked on R. Kelly's case. I don't know how you guys come up with that. I wouldn't even say that. Okay? Mm-mm. But there are distinct differences in the R. Kelly indictment as well as the or compare it to the Diddy's indictment. So, but someone was on spoke to me today and asking me some real good questions, and we had a brief conversation. I think it's and if I know this is a smart person when it comes to the case, they understand the different legal things, especially the principles, the application of the law, the facts, all that type of stuff, right? They understand it, understand that part of the legal process better than, most people out here. So I said, well, darn, if that person has questions, then guess what? That means it may be some more people that's confused, right? I'm not really understanding how you guys, some people say that R. Kelly is innocent, but Diddy is guilty. To me, this is just logic, right? Either both of them are going to be innocent or both of them are going to be guilty. If you are applying the same principles. But more than likely it's because some of you are more of a fan than one and not the other. This is how you're going to measure it. I'm like, okay, well, that's typical, right? But there are some distinct differences in the case. And Diddy has less counts than R. Kelly. And of course, we're going to compare the New York cases. So I don't know how you coming up with these things. I guess you're still rejecting that testimony is evidence. I don't know how that works. But just be careful to what you listen to. Now, I mean, like, if you are actually trying to listen for the truth, and you're trying to really understand, then be careful with who and what you listen to. All right, it's especially when it comes to lay people. And yeah. especially lay people who have a history, a pattern of getting things wrong or just lying. Okay? You have attorneys that are coming out that are pretty much representing their side, right? Most likely, the attorneys that are speaking with regards to the case are defense attorneys. They're always going to have a criticism of the government's case. I mean, it's just in their DNA. But when it's all said and done, who usually wins? So, yeah, and when I say government, I include anybody that can process your ass, right? So it can be local all the way up to the feds. But, somebody was asking me about the racketeering acts and all of that. So it's a little bit we can get into. And I like to show how you look at it from the legal standpoint, right? Not from an actual side or anything, right? I like to give it to you as people who are just looking to understand. You can still have your feelings and emotions and things of that nature. You just need to know how to comprehend it so you can understand how they are able to do what they do, and you can really take a more accurate measure with regards to if the prosecutor's making their case, or if the defense is putting forth a pretty good challenge to what the alleged Diddy did, right? Yeah, but the only way you can do that is that you just kind of set your emotions aside, and then you got to comprehend the law. Meaning that we may get into applying the law to the facts, talking about the elements, and then you'll get your best estimate as to who was doing the best job. Okay? He's not being held in the court of public opinion. They're not being tried that way. They're not being tried in the court of your emotions. So it'll be a little advanced. So if you ain't on the advanced boat, just don't even worry about it. Just don't even worry about it. But everybody's covering this stuff, right? Everybody. I'm still looking for some answers to my just very basic question. Is it normal for somebody to put somebody else's semen on another man's nipple? Hell, I don't too particularly want a man's semen on my nipples. I mean, this is crazy, right? I mean, I understand that sometimes goes on, okay? But, But yeah, I was looking at different coverages. Nancy Grace is always in who. I seen a couple of minutes of Armand, and actually, to be honest, now check this out. I don't have to like you, to be honest, okay? Because I'm not like y'all, okay? And again, I'm being me. I'm not gonna ever deviate, abbreviate, or edit myself again just to be, just to become more tolerable amongst the folks, right? I'm just gonna have to be me. How I am off here, as I am, gonna be on here. So I don't have to like you. I never fuck with you again, but Armand, his coverage is detailed or whatever, and I think that he is funny at times. But to be honest, I think what Larry's talking about is much more funnier. I think, I ain't gotta like you. I never fuck with you. But I ain't gonna lie on you. You understand what I'm saying? I think he's he's more funnier than Amani, if you ask me. But that's just my opinion. Okay? That's just my opinion. I think when, like, TMZ get, like, in that war room set up, I think they're funny. So this is a lot of people that have some good coverage of it. But I told y'all, we should be prepared for this. I know y'all want to, ride it up and down with R. Kelly. We can always talk about R. Kelly. But listen, this shit is taking over. It is taking over. But while some people don't see the difference in the case, that is a difference. And we're going to point it out. I'm going to talk about it in the context of the law. Okay?